Hey guys, before the video starts, I just want to give a great shout out to my wonderful members Jesse HOH, Trashy Paper Plus Shows, Dazzling Hattering, Enchanted Stones, and Plush Anime Game Adventures, as well as Giratina Sawtrap Gaming. Thank you all so much for the extra support. You guys rule. Now onto the video.
All of us compare to everybody. There's a dream you got, is that you that you can't see. Aching for the stimuli, every cell deep inside of me has to rise somehow. Even now, all of us, to those that doubt, bid farewell. All of us convey to everybody. Life is not a race, but even so, we're on a Grand Prix.
Hey guys, it is I, TDI Fan, and in this video, I'll be talking about this movie that I just went to see. That's right, so yesterday, after my shift from work, I went to see Weapons because I really didn't have anything else to do during that time. And this is also a movie that has been on my radar. So many people have been praising it to be one of the most unique and one of the best horror films in recent years. And I'm like, if that's true, then 2025 is really good because we just had Sinners a couple of months ago, even though that one technically isn't horror. But now we have Weapons, which is horror, and people have been praising this movie. So I'm like, I'll check it out. It was on my radar. I had some interest in it. And now that I've seen it, yeah, people are pretty much right. Although I wouldn't go as far as some people are making it out to be when it comes to how great the movie is, because I do have a few nitpicks, but we'll get to that. So let's first talk about what I did like. What really made this movie for me was how the story was portrayed, because in this film we get to see a bunch of point of views for most of the main characters, and we're pretty much going one by one to see their side of the story and what they've been doing during this whole situation where 17 kids in one classroom all go missing the night, like in one night. It was around 2:17 a.m. They just ran out of their doors. They Naruto ran, if you know what I'm saying. They're doing the Naruto run, and they disappear. And everyone has their eyes set on Miss Gandhi, I believe that's her name, her character name, played by Julia Garner, because she's the teacher, of course, so you'd assume that the teacher would be behind it, since it's only one classroom that has all except for one kid go missing. So, of course, we get to start with her story, and then we get to see all the other characters and how they all, like, connect in a way. And that was really cool. I really liked how they did that for this movie, because we don't really get to see that. I mean, we do. Like, I guess the only other movie I can think of for an example that does do this thing for their movie is, like, Hoodwinked. Does anyone remember Hoodwinked? That came out, like, early 2000s, a random animated movie. But that was another movie that kind of, like, did the same thing or had the same setup, the same format for the film. But back on topic, this movie is really good with how unique the story is. Like, you normally wouldn't see a story like this be made into a horror film. So the fact that they were able to do it and do it nicely was great. And the actors here do a really good job, especially the main two, Julia Garner and Josh Brolin. Those two do really well. Also, I forgot to mention this on my Instagram review, but the actor who plays the kid, which is named Alex, that kid, he can act. He does really good in this movie as well. So those three are definitely the top three. Now, when it comes to gore, this movie does have quite a bit of gore. So if you're not into that, then I guess not see the movie, because there's gore. There definitely is, as you can see in this picture that's shown right now. But this isn't even the worst bit of the movie. It gets worse when it comes to the gore and the killings and stuff like that. But yeah, I really thought this movie was pretty smart with how they handled the whole plot of the film. And again, the actors did great, and some of the music here is great too, and some of the scenes are filmed really well. So the cinematography is great as well. But that's pretty much all I have to say to praise the film. When it comes to my nitpicks, some of the reactions that these characters give when they're either like possessed or, when they're reacting to a dead person, some of these reactions are a little goofy. And they kind of take away the horror aspect of the film. And yeah, I don't know. Like at points, this movie is funny, and either they're trying to make it be funny, or maybe there's certain scenes that weren't supposed to be funny but came across as funny to those who've seen the film. I don't know. It's definitely a scary movie. I'm not huge with horror, so there were times where I had to like cover my ears and stuff and like not close my eyes completely, but like have them a little shut so that they won't be completely open when the scary stuff happens. But I will say this movie isn't all scary as well. Like there's not going to be like jump scares every couple of minutes. So it's not super scary, but it can be scary at times. And also the movie kind of abruptly ends. So I've heard like one of the major concerns from most people who've seen it was how the movie ends. And now that I've seen it, I can agree for the most part with how it ends, but that's not my biggest concern of the film. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for my review for Weapons. If I were to rate this movie out of 10, I would say it's a solid 8. I don't think it's as good as many are claiming it to be, but it's still a very nice horror film, and it's also one of the best that we've had in recent years. I can't really think of the last horror film I saw that was like really, really good. So they did good with what was given to them, given the plot and everything. They did a good job, and that's why it gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Now, that's my thoughts on Weapons. Have you seen the movie? If not, are you planning to watch the movie? If you have, what are your thoughts? And yeah, let me know in the comments. Anyway, the next movie review you guys will see is going to be for Ne Zha 2, so get excited for that. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching.